live. It's the perfect way to end an
imperfect day. It's the perfect way to end an imperfect day.
An It's East Nashville Happy Hour, everybody. Welcome. I definitely have a couple guests scheduled to fly in. Recording-wise, I'm going to record them. One guest who I will be focusing on, spotlighting on, highlighting on. Spotlighting? Our first guest is Chuck Cinelli, the owner of Coco's Italian Market. A shout out to Brandy Goldsboro, who loves metal just as much as me, which is crazy.
Okay, cool. So let me see the back.
She on Instagram posted that Coco's was calling for donations of their meals to first responders and other healthcare workers. And you can go on the Coco's Italian website, which is, oh crap, I thought I had the banner. Oh, here's the banner. Here's the banner. Here's the banner. There's the Coco's website. There's a banner right on the front page, the home page. You click on that. He's been able to donate more than, I think, 700 meals. And the thing is, you buy, put $10 in as a donation. That's one meal. You put $20 in as a donation. That's two meals. And that triggers Chuck to then donate a third meal. So $20, 3 meals that go to all the folks who are trying so hard to keep us healthy here in Middle Tennessee. The second guest is Mr. Andrew Leahey of Andrew Leahey the Homestead. Cheers to Andrew. We'll be talking about his new single, Keep the Car Running. I'd like to find out how this song came about in an Iowa barn last summer. Ticks everywhere. It's a really badass song. We're going to talk one music-related thing to Andrew. We're going to talk to Andrew. Man, now I see why Joe Biden has such trouble keeping his thoughts straight.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. I'm going to talk to Andrew about a musical issue and a non-musical issue. I haven't even taken a damn sip of this. Today is fueled by Barossa Valley Estate Shiraz, another 2016. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to be transported back to 2016. Boom. Andrew Leahey Music, I believe, is his website. Boy, I better know that that's his website. Let me just double check if that's his website. Yep, that's still his website. I still haven't taken a drink of this. So I was just going to start off by asking how you're doing, how your staff's doing.
We have 127 employees, and we're down to maybe 24.
Wow.
And then we're obviously just doing takeout. We have delivery, and then delivery services like Uber and Postmates, and just trying to make it.
Was there any one thing that happened or one person that kind of inspired you to do this donation program?
I was in Leadership, Middle Tennessee. Basically, just several people from each county with 10 surrounding counties spend a half year together, and we visit each other's counties. They said that they raised some money. They want me to bring some dinners to the hospital. And then a friend of mine called me. She owns the Blowout company. They coif your hair on the weekends, usually for events. You get your hair washed and done up. So she calls me up and she said, my sister was listening to a podcast and this is what you should do. She said, you should have people donate money to make meals to go to the hospitals. So between Leslie from the Blowout company and the people at Leadership Middle Tennessee, basically I put two and two together, made a poster and then put it in a store, and people responded, and I made that into a JPEG, put it on social media, and now we're up to over, probably in 10 days, over 700 meals. So what people do, you buy a meal for $10, it's a reduced cost. For every 2 meals purchased, I donate 1 meal myself. So for $20 can get somebody 3 meals.
So you've contributed to, I know, Vanderbilt Hospital. You mentioned the Red Cross.
That's just down the road. It's funny because people have called us asking to deliver to them. I never anticipated to bring them to the animal shelter. So we've been to one, we're going to another. And there's a no-kill shelter around the corner, just haven't gotten there yet. Sheriff's Department, the fire department is, another one. We just went down the road.
And I'm going to put your website up there. There it is. First of all, is that the best place for folks to go if they want to donate meals?
Yeah, there's a banner. Just click on the banner and it goes to the Shopify site and you just buy a couple meals. Now, companies, if they purchase more than 30, then I'll put their logo on the label if they want. It probably could really go crazy if I spent all day on the computer just pushing it. But I'm short employees. I'm now, rolling silverware and washing and,
And delivering, right? You were
delivering, yes. That's why I'm late talking to you. I was just dropping off meals. So
that's a noble reason. If somebody wants to suggest somewhere to donate, you're up for that as well.
Yeah. If you have a suggestion, definitely find me on Facebook and message me.
Yes, Chuck gets right back to you on Facebook, even though he's doing all of this great work and is so busy.
The restaurant business it's more of a lifestyle. It's your life.
The most important thing, I think, is what are the meals? What exactly? What dishes?
Our more popular ones are the baked ziti, and there's several cheeses in that dish. The tortellini is very popular because it's our marinara sauce and our Alfredo mixed with some sauteed spinach. That's very popular. And our lasagna. We have the 4 cheese and the bolognese.
I have been reprimanded by a few different people who they couldn't believe that I have not been to your place yet. So I'm going to do the Postmates thing whenever it's available and start to sample stuff. Well, I appreciate that, the work that you're doing. It makes me feel good to see somebody just trying to, do whatever they can do to keep open, to keep as many employees employed as possible. And in addition, you're doing good stuff for people who are doing so much for us. So,
well, thanks, Dean. Yeah, it's a win-win-win all around. So I'm glad I was able to do it.
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Hopefully, I'll meet you in person someday.
Andrew Leahey. I already started the recording.
Hey.
Welcome to East Nashville Happy Hour. East Nashville Happy Hour is a weekly... No, you know what it is. You've released a brand new single.
That's true. The new single is called Keep the Car Running.
I know that song.
Yeah, you helped us birth that song.
We were in a big barn in...
like a wedding venue in Iowa and hung out for a couple of days. Made some food, played some songs.
It was very memorable. It was, I would say, about 90% positive. The 10% unpositive was the ticks.
What are the odds?
I didn't have a tick, so I had a 100% positive time. Yeah, so that song came together and came out along with the live music video, which is pretty cool as well.
Pretty badass. Where'd you do the live music video?
We did the live music video at Trace Horse Studio.
'Cause the water is white, I feel the fire is coming. The other beat of the night is the enemy drumming. So if the song sounds right, then I will keep the car running. From the start till it breaks my heart. From the start till it breaks my heart. Oh!
They've got a couple other cool live music videos with East Nashville Happy Hour alums, alumni, all of that. And Lee Tasjan has one. I believe Darrin Bradbury has one.
Those guys are cool over there. They're doing a lot of good stuff. Produced by John Estes.
Produced by John Estes, another Nashville luminary. He plays bass in the band Steelism. He and you, Dean, played bass on the Airways album.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be touring behind this, right?
Yeah, I'm coming to a computer screen near you. I do these live shows every Thursday, which has been cool.
It is at the same time every Thursday.
Same time every Thursday, and we'll keep them up for as long as people want them. Keep the Car Running was originally just written about kind of like falling in love with a song on the radio. And in that way, it's kind of a salute to what we did with the Airwaves album, which was just, talk a lot about how old school FM rock and roll radio was amazing. It's kind of more, maybe cheap, tricky or carsy than our last one. I feel like it comes across like just a song about, just like looking for your own support in a time that like threatens to knock you off balance.
Well, that resonates. It is kind of Cheap Trick. It's very up-tempo and bouncy in a cool way. Yeah, I've had it in my head for quite a while. The chorus especially.
I appreciate that. I really like your backdrop, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. See if I can do this. Go like that. Yeah. I mean, can show you behind the curtain, literally. There's that. There's my room. There's the amp in my bed.
I've always wanted to peek there.
And that blanket is hung on that's my Close Encounters movie poster that's on a poster board. And then it's situated on top of my Doer 360.
8 more. Very nice.
Very elaborate. It's an elaborate set of trusses.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
What is all that stuff you got down there?
Oh, that's my rather elaborate network of trusses. I will need your help with a couple of these. I got the old hernia truss here. I got a spleen truss. It undoes with a couple of snaps at the back here. Go ahead.
The other thing I would like to talk to you about this week, Andrew, is potential meat shortage in the food supply. We've been told that there's no problem at all with the food supply. You don't have to hoard anything. You don't have to worry about any grocery items until this last week. And then the pork processing plant in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, has now the biggest cluster. 600 some people have the virus, so they had to close that pork plant down. And then now people are talking about others similarly having to shut down. So devoted vegetarians like Mr. Andrew Leahey can help meat eaters lessen the blow of potentially not eating as much meat over the next few months. And I just thought it would be a good idea to ask Andrew, who's a wonderful vegetarian cook, what those of us who are kind of stuck on the meat thing, what kinds of dishes might we consider making for ourselves? What kind of ingredients would fill in the gap and provide a bridge from only meat eater to potential vegetarian eater? What I would think would be awesome in that is
I feel like we're like hiding out like under a bed with you or something.
Exactly. That's what I always meant it to be.
We're on a bed and we've made a fort with all the blankets. Head over to the kitchen.
Fuck it.
While Dean is doing that, I will take you guys, if you will follow me, into the land of...
I'm going to put you in the main frame, just like that. Check that out.
Bean soup. It's very easy. You probably have some white beans in your pantry, like cannellini beans or great northern beans. You can make a quick, easy, awesome tasting soup with that. It tastes like it would be pretty expensive, and it's not. You take 1 or 2 cans of beans, you wash them out, you drain them, bean action. It's just so cool. I've never done one of these before, but I love it. Here I've just cut up garlic, and I've cut it in strips, inspired by GoodFellas when they're in jail and they're like slicing garlic with a razor blade, and it looks like the greatest thing ever. And here I've also cut up a bit of a shallot. You can also do onions. It's just for flavor.
Don't put too many onions in the sauce.
I didn't put too much onions. 3 small onions, that's all I did.
3 onions.
And I have a lemon. What I would do over the course of like 10 minutes, but y'all probably don't want to watch me, is I would cook up with olive oil the garlic and the stock. I'll just begin doing it. Once it gets a little brown, but nowhere near black because you don't want to burn it, you put in the beans, you season with salt and pepper, and then after they've cooked a little bit, you pour in broth. You want kind of between a 1/4 cup and a 1/3 cup of broth per can of beans. Bean action So I used 2 cans of beans. I'm going to have like 2/3 broth, and you just pour it on the beans and you stir it. And that's literally all you do. If you want it to be really creamy, you can take a wooden spatula like this and kind of mush about 1/4 or 1/2 of your beans in the pot. So just kind of, mush them against the side of your pan. Just breaks them down, and then they kind of combine with the broth and make a nice creamy sauce. After you've cooked it for like 10 minutes, pour it in a bowl, cut up a lemon, squeeze a little lemon on it, and that's all you got to do, baby. It's awesome.
Now, don't get mad at me, but that's so much garlic. Do you need that much garlic?
I knew you were going to talk about the garlic. I knew that you were.
It looks so good, and I love garlic, and garlic is so good for you. But
garlic, when you cook it, it's absolutely amazing tasting. So why wouldn't you put as much garlic as you could, right? But you do not want to burn it, because burnt garlic is the worst. I mean, it's still kind of good because it's garlic, but
even bad sex and bad pizza is still pretty good sex and pizza. It's not like that with garlic.
I mean, to an extent it is, but it's like, and there's like an artisanal way to like burn the garlic, kind of like you would get at some like tapas restaurant where you pay $20 for some like, like burnt garlic.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, I'm putting the beans, whoop, whoop, whoop. Smush a little bean action so it kind of creams up with the broth.
Now, is that the official term, smush?
Yes, that's official. It's like the East Nashville Happy Hour official way.
And please go stream or hell, even purchase. You could even purchase Keep the Car Running to support Andrew Leahey's continued foray into awesome American classic sounding heartland rock and roll. This Thursday and every Thursday at 7 CT is Andrew's live stream concerts. Thanks for joining East Nashville Happy Hour, Andrew.
I appreciate you having me back. I'm just absolutely exploding lemon juice everywhere here.
Squeeze my lemon.
Bye, people.
Bye.
Take the juice run down my leg.
So long, folks. And thanks, Harry.
See you next episode, everybody.
Bye. Has anybody been having trouble sleeping?
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. You're spending the night with Fred Garvin, male prostitute. Well, now I have a work order here which specifies that I am to roger you roundly till 6:15 tomorrow morning.